Welcome back to Tom's Life. Today's Christmas special is prawn cocktail. The ingredients you need are lettuce, spring onions, cherry tomatoes, a bunch of chives, prawns, light mayonnaise, tomato chutney, horseradish, Worcestershire sauce, 2 lemons, ground black pepper and Tabasco sauce. First step to do is to prep all the ingredients. I'm going to start off with the spring onions. First step is to trim off your ends of your spring onions. So you chop both of your ends off and you want to finely slice them. Always be careful moving your fingers out the way so you don't chop yourself on your sharp knife. You should have nice little pieces like that. I'll show you again how I did that. So you first get your spring onions together, you chop your ends off. And you bring them together. And you want to finely slice them, but always be careful you don't chop yourself on your sharp knife. You just want nice little pieces like that. Then you're going to place them in your mixing bowl. And then you will do the rest of your spring onions. Next step, you're going to prep your cherry tomatoes. You just want to chop them in half, like that, using your sharp knife. So you just chop them in half. Chop a few in half first. And then if you want to bring them all together, you just give them a little dicing with your sharp knife. So you get some big pieces and some little pieces. And once you have done that, you place them in your bowl with your spring onions. And you do the rest of your cherry tomatoes. Next step is to prep your lettuce. You're going to first chop your root off, just like that, and you're going to peel off the top layer. Then you want to bring your lettuce back on your chopping board. Chop it in half. It's up to you if you want to use the full or half. I'm going to start off with half and see how it goes from there. So you first want to finely slice it. Be careful with your fingers when you're moving your knife across so you don't cut yourself. And then you want to turn it around and then you want to finally slice it the other way. After when you have shredded your lettuce like this, you want to pick it all up and place it in your mixing bowl with your spring onions and tomatoes. So once you have put all your lettuce in with your cherry tomatoes and spring onions, you just want to give it a little fine toss so it all coats in together. like that. This will be your base for your prawn cocktail. Next step is to prep your chives. This will be for your Worcestershire sauce. So you bring a bunch of chives together and you just want to finely slice them into little pieces. Always move your fingers out the way. And then you bring them back together and you just finely dice them into little pieces. Like that. Once you have done that, you're going to place them in your little mixing bowl. And then you're going to do the rest of your chives. Next step, you're going to prep your lemons. You just want to chop them in half. You're going to use 1 lemon in your sauce to make your Worcestershire sauce. And when you prep your other lemon, you're going to put it on your prawns. Next step is to switch on your hob. I'm switching on my hob. I'm going to set it to high. And you're going to put your frying pan on your ring. Let that just heat up for a minute or two before you start cooking your prawns. So once your pan is now heated up, you're going to add in your prawns into your pan and give them a little stir with your wooden spoon. I have took off some of the water out of the packet. Just like prawns have a lot of water, so you just want to give them a little move about. They'll take a few minutes to cook to go nice and pink. White. You don't have to get prawns what you have to cook. You can already get prawns what are already pre-cooked for you. I just like doing it this way. This is what your prawns should look like when they are nearly cooked. You're going to add in some lemon juice to your prawns to give them some lovely flavour. So what you do is you place your hand over the pan and you want to squeeze so no pips go in. You do the same with your other half. And then you want to give them a good stir so they get some flavour on them. And then you will add in some ground black pepper. And you want to add in some ground black pepper to season. Don't worry about having a lot of juice in the pan. This is just to make a nice little marinade. You will drain it off when they have cooled down. While your prawns are cooling down, you're going to make your Worcestershire sauce. You've got some chives in your mixing bowl and you're going to add 2 good squirts of mayo. Start off with giving that a little bit of a stir. You're going to add in more ingredients in a minute. You start off with a little bit of mayo, mixing into your chives. When you've added in everything else of your ingredients, and if you think it needs a little bit more mayo, you add a little bit more in then. Next step, you're going to add in 2 teaspoons of tomato chutney. And you want to give that a good mix in. So you're just mixing it all in to your mayo and chives. It's up to you if you want to add in a little bit more. See how it goes first, and then it's up to you. So next step is to add in 1 teaspoon of horseradish. And with your fork, you want to give this a good mix in, so it all binds in nicely together. You only want a little spoon of horseradish in, because it's like a mustard flavour. You don't want to overdo it. You can do it if you like it really spicy and hot, but if you just want to keep it nice and mild for everyone, you put in 1 teaspoon. Next step is add a little bit of Tabasco. So you added in your Tabasco, and you also want to add in a little bit of Worcestershire Sauce. Just a drop. And you want to give that a good stir. They'll bring all the flavour out. You don't have to do CC sauce this way. You could just do mayonnaise and ketchup and a little bit of lemon juice, what we're going to put in a minute. But if you want to make it really fancy for Christmas, I think it would be nice doing it this way. And you add in a little bit of ground black pepper. And you give that a stir. And finally, for your sauce, you want to add in a bit of lemon juice. You place your hand over the bowl so none of the pips go in. Just give it a good squeeze. Catch them pips. Give it a little shake. and you want to give that a final stir so it's all coated in nicely, and this will be your sauce for your prawn cocktail. So once you have prepped everything, you're going to lay it up in a glass. So what you're going to do is get a little bit of lettuce, spring onions and tomatoes, and this will be your base. You just put a little bit more in. Just lay it nicely out, so you get a nice layer of all the, you can see all the little bits like tomatoes, lettuce and spring onions. Then do you want to get a few of your prawns and you want to layer them on the top, just like that. And then with your little spoon, you want to get some of the sauce and place it on top of your prawns. And that's how you make a prawn cocktail. I hope you enjoy making this. And don't forget to press the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming soon.